Joining me on the news to discuss these issues is political affairs analyst and legal expert Ajadi. Thank you very much for coming on the news. Now, there are two sides of argument here. Some lawyers have argued that escalating petitions to the Supreme Court prolongs legal battles and delays political stability in affected states, while also overburdening the apex court. Others believe that eliminating the Supreme Court oversight could compromise the quality of final judgment and reduce safeguards against judicial errors. And tell us your thoughts on this bill.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I think that both sides are arguable, but the fundamental issue here is that in repealing these aspects of the Constitution, which to get the Constitution in place is taking a lot of deliberation. It's shown consistency over a period of time. That to change it, we open the door to some of the disadvantage that might occur. The Supreme Court is the final arbiter jurisdiction in Nigeria. Having the Supreme Court engage in something as important as the roles of governors and who becomes governor, I think is highly commendable. Taking it away and without making a strong case that establishes the reason for it from a policy point of view can be counterproductive. There is a lot of things that suggest that the direction we are going democratically needs reflection and patience. Because the consequences will be far-reaching. If you take the role away from the Supreme Court as the ultimate check on processes for election in this particular executive position, it might be counterproductive, in my view.
All right, now let me also get your thoughts on INEC rejecting the petition to recall Senator Natasha from the Senate due to absence of necessary contact information of the petitioners. But in hindsight now, do you think that there are enough grounds to recall her from the Nigerian Senate?
Well, I have a very strong view on this. We are not just a representative democracy, but we should be also a participatory democracy. The symbolic signal of taking away one of the few female senators from the Senate will be profound for us. Women form nearly 50% of the Nigerian population. They're taxpayers, and they should be represented equally. The haste in which this is being done has cause for concern as well. The recall is being put together in weeks after a process that is contentious, that has not been completely resolved. She makes allegations that have not been completely treated. There's a court case ongoing. I don't know that we are actually watching a process that involves the voters of that senatorial region. And I think that it is right for INEC to be very rigorous in this process because we might set a precedent. There's been, maybe not by design, it might be by accident, there's been a way in which we have treated female representatives. Remember, there was a head of the House of Representatives who was a woman who was the head of the House of Representatives, and she was unceremoniously removed for allegations that many of the men that have taken the post could have been guilty of as well. We must be very careful that we do not relegate women consciously to second-class citizens in Nigeria, especially in the face of the fact that countries in Africa are making some progress. You saw Namibia as a female president, a female vice president. Nigeria has never had a female vice president. We've never had a female head of Senate, and we've only had for a few months a female head of House of Representatives. The way in which we treat women has to be questionable at best. And we have to be very careful that we don't maintain that record.
Legal expert and political affairs analyst Ajadi, thank you very much for speaking to us. We really appreciate your contribution.